What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see, we got a very rainbow, colorful, bold, glittery eye, glowing skin always, and of course a glossy, like pinky lip, because today we're going to be doing a really fun tutorial for you guys. I really don't know what to name it. All I named it was like, this is my college dropout. If I was going to drop out of college, spend all my tuition money on some new makeup and wanted to feel bougie and glamorous, so I ran to Sephora and spent all my fucking money on makeup. That's kind of what this look is giving me. So I call it the college dropout tutorial. So pretty much what I'm doing today is I'm doing this really fun, glittery, intense look because I have a new palette and of course some other fun goodies I'm going to be using today as well. But I got this new palette from Sephora, which is the new Moschino Sephora second collaboration eyeshadow palette, which of course looks like a MacBook Air pretty much, and of course it's a little cute thing right there. I really love the packaging of this, and of course I was really obsessed with the first Moschino palette, which was the Bear palette, which I still have, by the way, displayed up there. I did not pick up everything else from the collection, just the palette, and of course some other fun goodies I'm going to be using today. But if you'd like to see what the real tea is on these products and how I got this fun look today for this college dropout, I spent all my tuition money on some makeup look, then keep on watching. So my eye is primed as always. It is time to go in with this fun college dropout, let me just spend the rest of my tuition on makeup kind of vibed look. I really don't know what the hell to call this look, but I'm going to be using a palette that is very school and office supply related. This is the brand new Moschino x Sephora Round 2 eyeshadow palette. If you look on the outside, it actually does look like an Apple MacBook Pro pretty much, and then you open this up and you have 25 shadows and of course a cute little bear shaped mixing pan. So now here is the big shadow palette right here. Obviously I am definitely not going to be trying to lift it up as much as possible, but of course there is a mixing pan right here, which if anybody doesn't know what that is, that's pretty much where you take your eyeshadow brush and you just swirl it in there and it will get rid of all the shadow so you can go in with another shadow. So to get started with this look, I'm going to go in with the pink shade Display, and I'm going to actually use that on the inner portion of the eye, not all the way out, but just on the inner portion of the eye, and just kind of smoke it out and make it look seamless because we're going to be using a lot of colors from this palette. Now, we'll say they did not make this easy to hold. It is a giant mirror. It is just giant. So I'm going to keep this in my lap like a normal laptop pretty much, and of course I'm going to just use my handy dandy hand mirror because this thing is heavy. So I'm going to go in on like the inner portion, like the middle portion of the eye with the shade right next to it, which is called Optics. This one is going to be more like a dusty rose pinky kind of color. I'm just going to use it to kind of diffuse the harsh pink dark lines and of course get ready for the next color. So now it is time for some outer corner color. I'm really trying to decide on what color I want to go for because I know for the lower portion I'm going to do a darker shade, of course. So I know I'm going to be doing a cut crease on the eye. I just have no idea what kind of look I want to go for. I almost want to go in with this shade right here, which is called Insert, or this shade, the coral shade right here, which is called Restart. I'm almost wanting to go in with one of those and then put the purple shade, which is called Monitor, right here on like the lower portion. Now it is time for the lower portion of this eye before we cut our crease, obviously. I'm going to go in with a purple shade, which is called Monitor. I use this shade on the lower portion closest to the lash line, and use this on the outer corner just to kind of smoke this whole thing out, make it look cohesive with the upper lash line, of course, but still give that rainbow colorful effect. Now that shadow did definitely lose a little bit of its pigment if you look at it closely. It did lose some of its pigment when I was blending it out, but that's okay for this look because of course I wanted it to lose its pigment right here so you can still see the corally orange color. I am going to re-intensify it after I do my cut crease. So now I'm going to cut crease my eye using the Morphe M224 brush and of course the Makeup Revolution cut crease canvas. And now we're just going to of course cut this eye and make sure we get a good crisp line. Now that we got the crease pretty much cut and ready to go, it's time to go in with, of course, a lid color. I have been debating all over the place. I have like a lot of shades on my hand. By the way, these are the ColourPop glitters that I might be using today. I'm like, what color should I even use? Because I'm really trying to get a vibe out of it. I'm like, I'm not even sure. I was going to go with a matte shade on the lid just to kind of like make everything pop a little bit. And I was like, no, because glimmers really just make my eyes pop. I'm like, what do I want to do? So I've decided I'm actually going to go in with this purpley shade right here, which is called Escape, and I'm going to use that on the lid, and I might use a ColourPop glitter over top. I'm going to go back in with the shade Monitor, which of course is a deeper purple, and use that on the outer corner now that I kind of re-intensified my base and packing it on. Now that both eyes are completely done, looking pretty good so far. I'm definitely enjoying the look of like the whole cut crease kind of thing going on with the purple. It's a little bit smoky in certain areas, and then it's like really sharp in certain areas. Liking it, definitely different. You know, want to try something different anyways. So I'm going to go in with this ColourPop palette that I got. I think this was the headliner palette, I believe. It is like all of these pressed, like really fun colors right here. And of course a lot of pressed glitters, which I know that's like a first for ColourPop. Pressed glitters are actually really stunning because I hate loose glitter because of course the whole glitter glue thing, and I know that this one is going to have a little bit of stick to it, so we'll definitely see what happens. I'm going to go in with this shade right here with my brush. I think this one is called Indigo, is whatever it's called. I'm going to go in that shade. I'm actually going to pack this on the lid over top of the shadows that I used before for this purpley kind of look, and just to add some intensity and some light. I'm going to clean up a little bit of this glitter because it got everywhere, but oh my god, look how fun the eye looks now. I am going to go clean this up. I'll be right back to finish this whole entire face with you guys. Able to get as much glitter as I could off of the lower lash line because literally glitter sticks to everything and you cannot get it off to save your life. So anyways, now it's time for some foundation, and then of course some concealer, some powder, and then right back to the eyes to finish off. I'm actually going to go in with a foundation I have not used yet, and I've been hearing so much more about it recently, even though it's been out for a while. That is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. I'm using the shade Light 2 Mont Blanc. This one is not a sheer foundation, but it's also not a sheer glow foundation. I don't really know the finish on it because, of course, I have not really personally tried it yet. This is like my first time really trying it. Of course, I had to buy the pump because, you know, I need a pump. But we will see what happens. I mean, like I said, I've been hearing really great things about this one. I love the Naturally Radiant Longwear foundation from them. So we're just going to apply this and see if we get a good finish. I will say my skin is looking absolutely beautiful. This color is amazing. Mont Blanc is now officially the color I need to go for every time when it goes for NARS foundations. It just matches me perfectly, honestly. Like, I'm obsessed. And of course, I love the finish on it. It looks really nice. It's buildable. I believe it's like more of a medium to full coverage, or maybe it's sheer to medium. Who knows? All I know is I'm getting really good coverage out of it, and it's looking very nice, which I'm going to go in with the new Marc Jacobs Accomplice Conceal and Touch Up Stick right here. I just picked this up at Sephora. This is in the shade Fair 10. This is a creamy perfection all day coverage anytime, anywhere. So of course this is it right here. It's actually a really cute component. I actually like Marc Jacobs foundation, the Remarkable foundation, I believe is what it's called, the full coverage one. Of course it is a stick, so I'm like kind of, you know, what do I think about it? So we're just gonna go right in. So pop this off and let's just apply. Now it's time for the lower lash line. I finished off this face using some Laura Mercier loose setting powder. It is time to go back in with the eyes and finish off the eye look. So I don't want to do too much glitter under the eye. I think I'm just going to do like more matte shades under the eye, just to kind of, you know, keep the focus on the top lash. I'm going to go in with this beautiful shade, if you can see it, this yellowy shade right there, which is called Watt. I'm going to use that right there, and of course take this shade Monitor, the purple shade, on the outer corner. I'm just using this yellower shade because of course I love the color yellow, and I really want to use it under the lower lash line to really make my eyelids and my lower lash pop. So now, two different shades for the brow bone inner corner. I'm actually going to go in with the shade Avatar right here, which is a nice almost sky baby blue metallic-y shade. I'm actually going to wet the brush and use that on the inner corners of the eye to really make this look pop even more. And then I'm going to use the shade Bolt right here. And I'm actually going to use that shade for the brow bone highlight. Of course, same thing, wet the brush to really add that bam intensity with both of these shades. So now that the brow bone is on, now that the whole entire eye is pretty much done, I'm throw on some mascara, some lashes, and some brows, and I'll be back to finish off this whole face with you guys. So now the eyes are pretty much done, it's time to go in with some cheeks. Obviously, I'm going to go in with the MAC Dainty Blush for my blush today, just to get it a little soft, kind of like pinkier tone vibe instead of more of a peachy tone, because of course it will go with a really fun pinky eyes. Now of course I'm going to take some Hoola Benefit bronzer today for my cheeks, of course, because I want to get this nice sculpted, natural, contoured look. And now for some glow today, we're going to be using the Estee Lauder Heat Wave highlighter, the Bronze Goddess highlighter. I am excited about using this one again. Instead of doing a neutral color, I kind of want to go in with something a little bit more pinky, maybe like more of a, I don't know, more brighter pinky color. I'm going to go in with the Kylie Cosmetics Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Posy K. Top it all off, I'm going to go in with the Pat McGrath lip gloss from one of the little lip gloss kits in the shade Pale Fire Nectar. This is the final look doing this fun college tuition, college dropout, if I'm going to spend all my money on makeup kind of thing. I don't really know what to call this video. I'm pretty much going to call it like I'm a college dropout, but I spent all my tuition money on some new makeup and I wanted to feel bougie and glamorous. So that's pretty much what this is today. Because everything in this video, except for the ColourPop glitter that I used, everything in this video was pretty much higher end products and more luxury and bougie products. So anyways, I really like the way this whole thing came out. I love the glow, loving the glossy lip, loving the glittery rainbowy eyes. Of course, if I was dropping out of college and spending all my money on makeup, this is kind of what I would be thinking about myself. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you thumbs it up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the very near future. Love you. Bye.